To education issues, it would appear that the proposed mandatory drug test for students is the latest storm quietly developing in the education sector. While the government says the move has been occasioned by what is believed to be use of drugs and substances by students, other stakeholders say doing so amounts to contravening the rights of students. As Shadrach Miti reports, lawyers are warning that the directive risks suffering similar fate as the one in 2015 when the government demanded that students undergo mandatory HIV tests, which the courts declared unconstitutional.
It all began in Maranda National School when the administration issued a number of conditions ahead of readmitting students following the closure occasioned by fires that destroyed the school dormitory. Few days later, Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha made his pronouncement on the same.
A drug test is very thoroughly in order because children are using drugs. Are you doubting it?
This is something which should have begun, which we should have started at schools a long time ago, because drug and substance abuse has been quite rampant.
It is both unprofessional and also not constitutional. It's not in law anywhere. And it is not in line with the training of students, because we are exposing students who originally never thought of drugs to drug tests, something that even mature Kenyans like myself have never undergone.
Under Article 53, children are protected, and the law is very clear that in all matters relating to children, the interests of children are of paramount importance. What makes this move more unconstitutional is the fact that the requirement has been made mandatory.
Lawyers say subjecting students to mandatory drug tests will amount to contravening their rights to education. Meanwhile, Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers Chairperson Omboko Milemba has termed the move extremely intrusive.
Hatukatai wanafunzi wetu ama watoto wetu wapimwe, mradi tu mwenye anafanya hayo ako na idhini ya mzazi.
The parents actually have to agree that we have to work together with the teachers so that we can eradicate this issue of drug and substance abuse in our schools.
It vilifies a student as a suspect who is taking drugs, and without giving him a chance to defend themselves. Who will speak for the students? Given that the testing is mandatory, and they are undergoing it as a forceful measure.
On February 23rd, in 2015, the government directed all county commissioners to work with all county directors of education and county directors of medical services to prepare a report with accurate and up-to-date data on all school-going children who are HIV positive. The directive was, however, challenged in court, and on December 7, 2016, the then High Court Judge Isaac Lenaola found the directive illegal, null and void.
This particular requirement for mandatory drug testing will suffer the same fate as the circular of 2015 requiring schools to update records of learners living with HIV/AIDS unconstitutional.
They will challenge the institutions that my test is clean. I have a clean health bill, so why are you subjecting me to any form of punishment because I underwent through that particular test? There's a way of developing a learner through guiding and counseling and through continuous training.
Lawyers, parents and other stakeholders are of the opinion that the government and school administrations should treat drug addictions among students as a disease and approach it as a medical problem and not as a criminal act. Shadrach Miti, KTN News.
Moving away from education, the Judicial Service Commission wants the High Court to